I think if you're a man, the questions you should ask is you should figure out what a relationship is like with their dad. Have they dealt with trauma? Or if they've had any trauma, we all have it, but have they dealt with their trauma is question number two. Because if they haven't, they're going to be very problematic in a relationship. Guys don't really care too much about what girls do as long as it's not like OnlyFans or any level of exotic work, right? But like you want to know that like she has some baseline of responsibilities, that she's able to adhere to those responsibilities, like pay bills and things like that. Like you don't want to date someone that's really bad with money. So I would say those top three. I would also say, what does her spiritual life look like? Because if she doesn't have a good spiritual life, something, it doesn't have to be God, it could be meditation, prayer, just something baseline, where it allows accountability to be shown. I would say those things are very important. And for everyone, it's going to be different, but it's like, you also have to understand is, are you guys aligned? So like, if you're a man and you're like, well, I'm going this way, let's say entrepreneurship, you have a plan, you have to figure out how that woman fits into that plan. Because where a lot of guys make the mistake is, oh, she's just pretty, but she doesn't fit into your life. You see what I'm saying? So it can be very detrimental if you don't ask the appropriate questions, and looking for a girl that wants to get on your program. Because when a girl really likes a man, she wants to get on his program, but you have to have a program to get on, right? So I would say being able to vet a woman, and we've talked about it on the podcast, vetting literally comes down to questions. And then through those questions, you say, okay, she says she's like this, but is she live like this? Is she nice to people? What's the relationship with her dad? Like, she could tell you, I have a great relationship with my dad. And then you go over to her place and she's like yelling at her dad, asking her dad for money, berating him. You know what I mean? So these
you hear her on the phone like that.
Exactly. So these are all things that you got to like look at. Like, if she tells you these things, is she about these things? Right. So these are the questions that I would say that any man should ask. Like, yes, you want to be attracted to her, but is there substance? Can you have a conversation with her? What are her morals and principles? Again, great with money, relationship with father, relationship with friends. Does she want to have a family? They're always going to want different things, but there's baseline questions you should ask yourself of what works. One of the questions that I'll say that a man should never ask a woman is, what is your body count?